Hello, welcome back to English with BDM. This is the third video in a series on direct and indirect speech. In the first video, I explained the general rules for changing direct speech to indirect speech and illustrated the rules with the help of some examples of declarative sentences. In the second one, I explained the rules for changing direct speech of different categories of interrogative sentences to indirect speech. In this video, I am going to explain the rules for changing direct speech of imperative sentences, that is, requests, orders, entreaties, command, etc. Then exclamations, sudden emotions, or strong feelings that we get in exclamatory sentences. And finally, sentences that convey wishes and desires. The general rules are the same with a few exceptions. And here, when we change direct speech of common imperative sentences to indirect speech, the sentence does not become a complex sentence. In all other cases, the sentence in the indirect speech is a declarative complex sentence. But when we change speech of this common type of imperative sentences, the sentences in the indirect speech do not become complex sentences, though they are obviously declarative sentences. We know that this common type of imperative sentence begins or is formed by using the base form of the verb. And sometimes we place the word please to indicate, to denote a request. Here the sentence does not become complex because the verb in the direct speech turns into an infinitive. Shut changes to shut, an infinitive. And you know that an infinitive is a non-finite verb form. It has no tense. And a verb that has no tense cannot be used as a finite verb. So we need not bring in any conjunction, any connective here, because the verb has lost its capacity to be used as a tense, as it has been transformed from a finite verb to a non-finite verb form, that is an infinitive. So remember that we never can use a connective such as that or any other connective when we change speech of such common class, common category of imperative sentences, either positive or negative. Positive or negative. This is a negative imperative sentence. Do not waste time in frivolous activities. So an imperative sentence can be either positive or negative. In either case, we turn the verb, the main verb, into an infinitive. So waste turns into to waste. The do is dropped, but the not is to be retained. So now let us explain these examples from 1 to 4, because 5, 6, and 7 belong to a different category of imperative sentences. The woman said to her daughter, "Shut the window." We may consider this one as an order, or if it is not clear whether it is an order, we can use the verb told or asked in this sense, that is to tell someone to do something. The woman told or asked her daughter to shut the window. So that's easy. We do not need to change the tense. Yes, we need to change the pronouns, wherever necessary. particularly the first person pronoun and the second person pronoun. The third person pronouns do not change in any category of sentences. Number 2, the boy said to the wizard, "Please take me out from this hole. It is a very serious situation." The boy was in danger. He was fearing for his life as he was in a hole in the ground or in a rock. Therefore, he implored or begged or prayed the wizard to take him out from the hole. It depends on the situation which verb we should use in place of the verb in the direct speech. Sometimes ordered, then implored, begged or prayed, then advised, etc. Whichever is necessary, whichever is suitable in the context of a particular sentence. Number 3, the lady said to her son, "Do not waste time in frivolous activities." The lady advised her son not to waste time in frivolous activities. The verb as usual turns into an infinitive, and we have to retain that verb not and drop the verb do. In questions and statements, do not, does not turns into did not in the indirect speech, but here we cannot use the past tense form of do, that is did. It has to be dropped. Number 4, the man said to the young man, "Do plunge in the canal to rescue the drowning child. It is also a grave situation." The child was drowning in the canal, and so the man, perhaps an old man, he exhorted the young man. Exhort means to persuade someone hard to do something, to implore someone earnestly to do something. Therefore, it is the most suitable verb here. We can also use the verb implored earnestly with that verb earnestly. The man exhorted the young man to plunge in the canal to rescue the drowning child. Now, this second category of imperative sentences begin with the verb let. And when it implies, it denotes a formal proposal, we usually use the verb proposed. Direct, the secretary said to the members, "Let us arrange another meeting next week." The secretary proposed to the members, and now the sentence becomes a declarative complex sentence. So we have to bring in the conjunction that we have to use the subject here as actually combines the speaker and the persons spoken to. Both the secretary and the members together form the word us that turns into they, as both the speaker and the person spoken to are third person plural number. The combination is a third person plural number pronoun, so it turns into they. The secretary proposed to the members that they should arrange another meeting next week. Here we bring in the modal auxiliary should, though there is not the word in the direct speech. Next one, it is a suggestion, a casual suggestion made by the boy to his friends. The boy said to his friends, "Let us go out for a walk." The boy suggested to his friends that they should go out for a walk. We again use the verb, auxiliary verb, should here. But remember one point, that we can make the sentences in the indirect speech without the helping verb should. We can drop the helping verb should. So, number 5, the secretary proposed to the members that they arrange another meeting next week. Drop the should. And in number 6, the boy suggested to his friends that they go out for a walk. Drop the should. Now, this pattern, that is sentences without should, are widely used in the USA or in North American English. And the pattern with should is more widely used in British English. However, in British English, we can also use the pattern without the auxiliary should. In British English, the pattern with should is more widely used, more popularly used, And in American English, the pattern without should is more widely used, more commonly used. Number 7, though there is let, it is neither a proposal nor a suggestion. So we consider it as an ordinary verb and turn it into an infinitive. Therefore, the sentence here also does not become a complex sentence. The man said to his servant, "Let all the birds fly away from the cage." The man ordered his servant to let all the birds fly away from the cage. So when there is a formal proposal, we use the verb proposed. In case of a casual suggestion, we use the verb suggest. Here too we can use the verb propose. And then we use should before the base form of the original verb, the main verb, but we can also drop the verb, helping verb should, and those sentences without should are also equally correct. Though, as I told you, that with should, the pattern with should plus the base form is more commonly used in British English, while the pattern without should is more commonly used in North American English. Now, let us move on to the next category of sentences, that is, sentences that convey strong emotions or feelings. The emotions may be of sorrow or grief, and it may be of joy and jubilation. Now, these sentences, which are often called exclamatory sentences, are of two categories. One contains a statement, a plain declarative sentence. But as the sentence conveys strong emotion, to express the emotion we use an interjection that is placed in front of, that is on the left hand side of the main sentence. And after the interjection, the note of exclamation is placed, and then the main sentence is written. The people said, "Alas." This interjection expresses great sorrow or grief, alas, then the exclamation mark, and then the actual statement, which is a declarative sentence. Our great leader has been assassinated. Our great leader has been assassinated. So it is an emotion of grief, deep sorrow. Therefore, we replace this verb with some such verb, such as cry out or exclaim with or exclaim in. Here, cry out, that is cried out in the past tense, is better. The people cried out. Now, one may cry out in joy or in sorrow. So we have to mention for what the people cried out. The people cried out in great sorrow or grief, that we can change the word in deep sorrow. Great is also okay. That their great leader we change the tense from the present perfect tense passive voice to the past perfect tense passive voice. The great leader had been assassinated. The people cried out in deep sorrow or great sorrow that their great leader had been assassinated. The boys said, "Hooray!" This is the word hooray, or H-U-R-R-A-H. Hurrah. This word is pronounced hurrah. This syllable is stressed, and this one is hooray. The second syllable is stressed. Hooray. Our team has won. The past participle of win, present perfect tense, has won the final match. The boys said, "Hooray, our team has won the final match." This sentence also expresses an emotion, but this emotion is of joy and jubilation. Jubilation means feeling of great joy for winning something, for any great success, etc. Therefore, the boys cried out in jubilation. That their team had won. The tense changes from the present perfect active voice to the past perfect active voice. Had won the final match. The boys cried out in jubilation that their team had won the match. Now, let us move on to the second category of exclamatory sentences. The sentences that begin with either how or what, and there is no interjection in such sentences. Therefore, the note of exclamation is placed at the end of the sentence. There is no interjection in this category of sentences, and the note of exclamation is so placed at the end of the sentence. The tourists said, "How beautiful the spot is." Notice the note of exclamation is placed at the end of the sentence. There is no interjection. The sentence begins with how. Obviously, how beautiful here means very beautiful. So when we get the adverb how in the direct speech in exclamatory sentences, we replace it with the adverb very. Here it is not a question word. So the tourists cried out or exclaimed in great joy that the subject spot, the verb is. So first, after the connective, we must use place the subject. The spot, the verb changes to the past tense from is to was, and these two words, the phrase how beautiful, very beautiful, is a part of the predicate, and so it has to be, this phrase has to be shifted to the right hand side of the verb after replacing how with very, was very Beautiful. Now this is an adjective, but here we can also use an adverb, and then instead of the verb to be, we have mainly an action verb. Let us look at this example. The spectators said how fast the sprinter runs. The spectators exclaimed. In or with, we can use either of the prepositions after exclaimed, that is with or in. Exclaimed with great. We can use the noun joy or admiration or even jubilation. Great admiration. That the sprinter we change the verb, the tense of the verb, ran very fast. So in either case, the adverb how turns into the adverb very. Now, there are other exclamatory sentences that begin with what. And when what is followed by a noun, what is replaced with great. So, what a fool turns into a great fool. What a talent turns into a great talent. Let us first look at one example of this pattern. What followed by noun. There must be a noun when the sentence begins with what, no doubt. But the noun can be modified by an adjective. That is, the adjective is placed between the word how and the noun. First, without any adjective, the teacher said to the student, what a talent you are. What a talent you are means you are a great talent. The teacher admired the boy. That he was a great talent. We can also say the teacher remarked that the boy was a great talent, an extraordinary talent. We can also use the adjective extraordinary, that he was an extraordinary talent in this situation. But if there is an adjective here, what a great talent you are, then this adjective great will be retained, but we would have to use the adverb very. What a talent you are, he was a great talent. What a great talent you are, he was a very great talent. Now, these are different categories of exclamatory sentences. Now, we have come to the last stage of our lesson today. Let us look at two examples of sentences that denote desires and wishes. The lady said to the girl, may you shine in life. It is a wish of the lady for the girl. The lady wished that we shift the noun to the position of the subject, and here there is that inversion, the helping verb before the subject. But you know, I have mentioned time and again that the subordinate clause is to be declarative in form, as this is a complex sentence, a declarative complex sentence. This one is the main clause and this one is the sub clause. Therefore, first subject she, the verb changes to might shine in life. The lady wished that the girl might shine in life. Or you can say the lady wished the girl. If we place the noun girl here, we can use the pronoun she. The lady wished the girl that she might shine in life. The lady said to the girl, may God bless you. We can place the note of exclamation in such sentences too. May God bless you. The lady prayed that God might bless the girl. Prayed that we may consider it as a prayer that God might bless the girl. We can also say the lady prayed for the girl that God might bless her. The lady prayed for the girl that God might bless her. Very often in this type of sentences, the helping verb is dropped. God bless you. God save the flood affected people, etc. But in indirect speech, we should use the helping verb might. So, God bless you. Then in the indirect speech, the lady prayed that God might bless the girl, or the lady prayed for the girl that God might bless her. That is all about grammar today. In the next video, I'll be explaining how we can manage the helping verb to do when we change direct speech to indirect speech of different categories of sentences. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon. If you think the videos are helpful, please consider sharing them. Hope to meet you soon in the next video. Until then, goodbye.